Hello and welcome. You're watching the Tuesday edition of This Is Exclusive with me, Shavin. And tonight on This Is Exclusive, I come to you with the story of the F-35. It's stranded, grounded for almost a month. What's really wrong with this $88 million powerhouse of a fighter aircraft? Why is it in Kerala even now, inside the hangar? Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we get you full details of a report that has been published in Britain as far as the F-35 is concerned, and also the big story coming up from Pune, the Pune Porsche case. All this and much more, but up first, let me take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Juvenile Justice Board rejects police plea in Pune Porsche hit-and-run case. Minor won't be tried as an adult. British fighter jet F-35 stranded in Kerala for almost a month. Audit report exclusively accessed by Republic lays bare fault lines in the program.
And we've got
India's space hero Shubhangshu Shukla returns to Earth with a wide smile. Prime Minister congratulates Group Captain Shubhangshu Shukla, says he has inspired a billion dreams. A British Royal Navy F-35B Lightning II fighter jet that made an emergency landing in Kerala in June after suffering a hydraulic failure has been parked at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport for almost a month now. On 6th of July, 3 weeks after the aircraft made an emergency landing, the fighter jet was towed to a hangar to fix engineering issues and hydraulic snag. The British crew has been trying to get on the bonnet of the aircraft and fix it. However, it appears unlikely that the fighter jet will be able to fly back on its own. Before I take you to the full details of the story, the mystery behind this Royal Navy aircraft, the very fact that it was part of an exercise and the exercise had already completed. Even after that, it had taken off from the aircraft. The aircraft had taken off from the fighter planes. And the fact of the matter is this, that for the longest time, there was no clarity as to why at all did it actually get off the aircraft carrier, even after the exercise was completed. And it turns out that the British did not really want any sort of an assistance coming in from India, because as per the charter. But the question still remains that if the exercise was over, why did this fighter jet really take off from the aircraft carrier? Number one. Number two, what really is taking so much of time? Over a month, this particular fighter jet has been stranded. For the longest time, it was out in the open. Finally, after much request, Britishers have now accepted the request and have moved the aircraft inside a hangar, where you have had their engineering department taking a look at what's really gone wrong. Tonight on This Is Exclusive, we tell you what's really gone wrong. But before that, take a look at this full report.
The British Royal Navy F-35 Lightning fighter jet that made an emergency landing in Kerala in June after suffering a hydraulic failure has been parked at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport for a month now. On 6th July, 3 weeks after the aircraft made an emergency landing, the fighter jet was towed to a hangar to fix engineering issues and hydraulic snag.
The F-35B fighter jet that was grounded in the Thiruvananthapuram
International Civil Airport on June 14th continues to be in the airport. It has been understood that there is a problem with the hydraulic system of this particular flight, because of which it has been grounded. It had made an emergency landing on June 14th, Saturday night at the Thiruvananthapuram International Airport, and in fact all support was given by the Indian government. However, many days there has been a fiasco that the fighter pilot in fact refused to move away from this flight and refused the Indian authorities' request to move it to a hangar as well.
The British crew has been trying to get on the bonnet of the aircraft and fix it. However, it appears unlikely that the fighter jet will be able to fly back on its own. Since India does not operate F-35, special equipment had been flown in to move the aircraft into a hangar. However, it appears that the plane might not be able to fly back on its own power. The crew might have to dismantle and bundle the fighter jet into a larger aircraft. British technicians have been considering taking the F-35B home in a C-17 Globemaster military transport aircraft. The pilot, facing low fuel levels and adverse weather conditions, opted for an emergency landing at Kerala over a month ago. But this jet that cannot fly seems to now have been grounded in India.
Well, in fact, we have got an exclusive picture of the F-35, which has been stranded inside the hangar. For the first time, a sneak peek into what's really happening inside the hangar. The mystery behind it, the first picture that has now been accessed by Republic TV on your screens. These are the latest images. Can we also remove the date key right now, because that's the latest image of the aircraft inside the hangar. This is the latest image that has been accessed. Can we also make the certain changes on our grid right now with regards to the fact that this is the latest image of the aircraft carrier? This is the Royal Air Force which had landed there, and this on your screens is the first picture of the F-35 inside the hangar that we have now accessed. Let me also go across to Ashwin, my colleague who's joining us from the Thiruvananthapuram airport right now. Ashwin, latest pictures of the F-35 inside the hangar. I want to ask you, what's really happening? Because it seems that there is a complete meme fest which is going on currently in Kerala, because no one has a clear answer as to whether at all it will be packed up, taken inside the Globemaster and taken back to United Kingdom? Or are they really hoping that it will be able to be in the fit condition to join the aircraft carrier?
Well, Shravan, when the Atlas 400 landed, it came with a crew of 31 members. It had brought in the Lockheed Martin engineers along with it, and also brought some of the sophisticated equipments for repair of this particular aircraft, after which it was moved to a hangar. Now, this has been more than 8 or 9 days since it has been moved to the hangar. We were told by our sources when this entire operations commenced that before July 15th, this will take off on its own. But even today, our sources have confirmed that it is still being delayed. They are saying that there is certainly some kind of a major problem, and the engineers over here are not able to exactly figure out what the problem exactly is. That comes at a time when such a sophisticated aircraft, a fifth-generation fighter aircraft, with the most modern technology is not being able to repair by itself, is becoming a problem for the matter of concern and embarrassment for the UK as well. So even today, we are trying to confirm. They are saying it is not going to be taking off anytime soon. In fact, when we try to get some information into whether what's the window of possibility, they are saying it is likely to be again, I repeat, likely to move next week only. This is only Tuesday, Shravan, and next week means another 7 to 8 days more. So certainly there is a big issue at hand for the UK to ensure this particular flight has to take off. And it is a matter of pride also, because taking it off in a aircraft carrier, in a jumbo jet, would be embarrassing, because this is a very advanced fighter jet. It has not been able to be repaired, and certainly the authorities are extremely tight-lipped. We are yet to get any information whether this will go to take off on its own in the next few days. It is very unlikely. They have stated that it is only going to take off next week, and that is certainly a cause and an embarrassment for UK. Shravan.
Ashwin, I'll request you to stay on with us because what we are going to do right now is reflect upon the audit report. In fact, this particular F-35, which has been stranded in India since 14th of June after an emergency landing, exposes crippling flaws in UK's £71 billion F-35 program. In fact, the National Audit Office's July 11th report reveals that only 1 in the 3 jets is mission ready. Now, that's far below the RF's targets. Spare parts shortages, lack of engineers, 58% of the supervisory posts unfilled have left the stranded jet unrepaired. This costly humiliation in India with reported hangar fees has indicated deep systemic failures. I'm going to take you through the 11th July audit report that basically exposes the F-35 program in itself. And the reason why you would have essentially seen that the Britishers are extremely guarded as far as this is concerned because it has costed them a bomb. Let me now quickly take you through the details of this particular report. On your screens right now, the very delayed capability that has now been exposed as far as this 11th July audit report is concerned. This is as per the British National Audit Officer. They say the Spear 3 missile and stealth systems not ready until 2030. Let's move on. Only 1 in 3 F-35 jets are mission ready. It's far below the global target. So you're looking at a major program, the F-35, being completely stopped because of what you're essentially looking at. In fact, this is the chatter within the global community as far as F-35 is concerned. That's the low availability. Personnel shortages, that's another allied problem. Severe lack of F-35 pilots and engineers. Recovery not expected before 2029. Now that's as per the British National Audit Report. Then training gaps. Pilots fly fewer hours than needed. RAF lacking in instructors. These are problems that have been cited by the British National Audit Office report. Now that's the training gap that you essentially see. And what's the other big problem? Soaring cost. F-35 program's lifetime cost hits about $71 billion, dwarfing original estimates. So there is a massive escalation that you're essentially looking at. I'm now going to go across to Ashwin as well as Ishan, who's both of them are joining us on this broadcast, getting us the latest details. Let me try and see if I can go across to our defense reporter, Ishan. Can we get him on air right now? Ishan, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. First, to you with regards to the audit report itself, what does it really highlight, number one? Number two, what is really wrong with the F-35, which is currently grounded in Thiruvananthapuram? I'm also going to go across to Ashwin on this point.
Hi, Shravan. I went through the report. The report clearly states that F-35 has a less than 33% availability currently, which means that 66% of the aircraft have been grounded due to technical or operational use, and only 33% of the aircraft is available for use. Furthermore, this report also highlights the detailed view where the cost of the program has ballooned, and currently for 35 jets, UK has ended up paying around £11 billion. Furthermore, the final cost of the program is now expected to be around £71 billion, which is much higher than what was previously expected. Apart from this, availability of spare parts is also a very big issue. And the most important issue that is facing is the availability of hangars across the globe, which is a part of the Odin network, as was promised by the United States at time of the signing of the deal. Shravan, furthermore, it is also stated that the aircraft is facing critical shortage of engineers and critical shortage of technicians, especially at senior levels.
Ishan, for getting us the latest details. The F-35, it seemed it's still holidaying in Kerala. It's going to take some time before there is any further change in the status of the F-35, whether it flies back or, for that matter, it is going to still be there. Ladies and gentlemen, as we also get you more details, the only network getting you the first picture of the F-35, the biggest embarrassment that the Britishers essentially face right now. A year after a horrific Porsche crash in Pune claimed the lives of two young tech professionals, Anish Avadia and Ashwini Costa, the Juvenile Justice Board has ruled that the 17-year-old accused, drunk while driving 2.5 crore supercar, will not be tried as an adult. The 19th of May 2024 crash in Kalyani Nagar saw the teen son of a prominent Pune realtor granted bail within hours with lenient conditions like writing a 300-word essay prompting nationwide fury over preferential treatment. Allegation of evidence tampering, including the swapped blood samples, have led to arrests of the teen's parents and hospital staff. Yet the victim's family still await accountability. Now, this shocking miscarriage of justice coupled with a cover-up attempt demands a reckoning to ensure no one is above the law. The reality is this, that the government of Maharashtra and particularly the Pune police, when they have essentially been then investigating this entire matter, has not been able to cover up several gaps in this entire investigation. In fact, joining us on this broadcast is the Special Public Prosecutor. In fact, the Special Public Prosecutor Shishir Hire is joining us on this broadcast. Mr. Hire, let's be very clear. Right from the word go, as far as this investigation is concerned, the Pune police had completely botched up. Let me begin by saying that why is it that the court never questioned as far as the blood tampering issue is concerned? The court never basically looked into allegations against the JJB. The court never looked into the blood samples that were essentially taken. Hence, many would be asking that isn't there something absolutely wrong as far as this order is concerned? The JJB is the same JJB which had basically let off this particular teen by saying that write an essay and it will all be fine.
No, Shravan, let me clarify one thing. That the Pune police as well as the entire investigating agency has acted very professionally after the happening of the first event whereby two innocents were crushed by this CCL and that particular Porsche car. Thereafter, Pune police as well as the entire investigating agency has acted fabulously in the matter. I would say that this is the first case where I came across that the investigation was done with a proper direction whereby various scientific evidences were collected. You will imagine the fact that blood sample was changed.
But Mr. Hire, I'm given to understand that the prosecutor, which would be you or your office, as well as the investigating officer, they were not present during the bail hearing for the accused.
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. My appointment.
You are denying it. You are saying that your team was there.
You're talking about the bail of CCL or you're talking about the bail of the other persons?
The original bail, and when the accused was present, it appears that at that point in time, the prosecutor was not present, the investigating officer was not present.
Let me clarify one thing. I was appointed somewhere in the August 2024, and thereafter on each and every hearing, myself along with my investigating team, the concerned IO, ACP, Mr. Ingle, even as well as the senior officers, all were present for opposing the bail of all adult persons.
You have given yourself the certificate. Can I then ask you?
No, it's not a certificate. It's not a matter of certificate.
No, Mr. Hire, can I ask you, because there is public anger as far as this case is concerned, and the way the Pune police has conducted itself is questionable.
No,
it is very clear that the blood samples were tampered with. What action was really taken, barring the fact that some junior officers were basically suspended?
No, if at all you are talking about the action amongst the police machinery, then it is their superior officers are going to answer this question. But I would like to clarify that once the Pune police has realized that there is a change of the blood sample, all concerns were taken into the custody. Even you will be happy to know that the father, mother of the CCL, along with all parents, those who have changed the blood sample, with the help of the medical authorities as well as with the middlemen, all were under the behind bar. And you will be surprised in a matter of 304 or 304A, where the accident took place and the routine charges.
The bail order, Mr. Hire, the bail order has not been challenged.
No, bail order, if at all you are talking about the CCL, then that particular aspect was seized with Honorable Mumbai High Court. That person was taken into the custody, and thereafter the relatives of that particular fellow had approached Honorable Mumbai High Court, and there was certain judgments from Mumbai High Court also.
Well,
But you can appreciate the beauty that out of 10 adult accused, just Shivani Agrawal, one who is a lady on the ground, she being a lady.
Just about 4 months. 4 months.
Yes,
you are
yes.
not. You are basically not looking at pursuing the matter, because the moment he is tried as a minor, he's let off.
No, the thing is that
And a 300-word essay, is that what you are really saying? Can the government of Maharashtra really look into this entire issue? Mr. Hire, you are representing the government, you are representing the Pune police. Hence, I'm asking you this question. What message are you really sending across when you're not even challenging the bail order? Secondly, what message are you really sending across when the same JJB that we are essentially talking about, this is the same JJB that had let off this person just by writing an essay? Bribery allegations have also been leveled against the police.
Shawan, let me speak. Look, we are not governed by the emotions. We are not governed by what is the public perception. We are governed by the statutory provisions. And the provision regarding the heinous offense in that particular act itself is something on the dilute form. The heinous offense is where minimum punishment is more than 7 years.
Mr. Hire, I understand from your position, you are saying that you are not driven by emotions. No one is driven by emotions. But the reality is this. We are talking about a brat, a VVIP brat with a and 17.5 years old. And let me complete, Mr. Hire. You are saying that let's not be emotional about it. Of course, let's not be emotional about it. But the reality is this also. Can you be cognizant of the fact that we are talking about a man who had proximity with someone who is in power? Secondly, the fact that he was driving a super luxurious car. The third, that he was underage. The fourth, there was an entire system that was actually colluding. The entire system went across and ensured that this person goes scot-free. And the fact that there was tampering, there are allegations of bribery. What more? Should I continue, Mr. Hire? And then if you say that let's not be driven by emotions here.
I'm not the spokesperson of the Pune police, but I will definitely say one thing, that when I was appointed as a special PP in this particular matter, thereafter none of the person got a bail in a lower court as well as from the high court. The only person who secured the bail is Shivani Agrawal, and Shivani secured her bail from Honorable Supreme Court, whereby even Supreme Court didn't made any comment on the merit of the matter, but only she being a lady and somewhat incarceration on that particular ground she was released. But you will appreciate one fact, that it is the very same prosecuting agency along with my office had brought
the initial FIR.
Whereby,
what about the initial FIR, Mr. Hire? The 304, section 304, culpable homicide was not invoked.
Generally, FIR in cases where accident occurred and someone lost or lose his life, the FIR is usually registered under section 304A. This is what happened. Because this is the provision of the law.
Okay. Mr. Hire, thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast. That was the special public prosecutor in the Pune Porsche case who was brought in by the government at a later stage. But the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, several questions still remain completely unanswered. The reality is also this, that a VVIP brat seems to have now gone completely scot-free. Thank you very much for joining us on this broadcast, Mr. Hire. Well, that's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. Coming up, trending with my colleague Rakshita.